Okay, so Richard, picking up on that, obviously we're quite accustomed as letting agents to working with guarantors. So what's the key difference here between working with a tenant who's come to you with an uncle or an aunt who wants to be their guarantor versus a tenant who's working with rent guarantor?
I think the core difference is the massive reduction in risk. So where you've got tenants who don't pay their rent, the likelihood is that they potentially have come from an environment where they've been educated by parents who have allowed them to understand that it's okay to not pay their rent.
Right.
So that's not always the case, but it can be a pattern. So if you've got a tenant who's managed to scrape through referencing with a guarantor, but their guarantor, let's say, is their mum and dad, if that person not paying the rent has made that as a decision, the chances of you getting that rent out of their mum and dad potentially is also slim. When it comes to a professional guarantor service, we have a contractual liability for making sure we pay any rent arrears that the tenant doesn't pay. We've balanced that against risk when we've done our own internal referencing to see what the risk factors will be, and therefore we create a price like any normal company would when they're measuring risk. It's important to say that what we're doing is we're providing a guarantee, but we then underwrite our risk with insurance. So whilst the product we sell is not an insurance product, it does come with some levels of protection that we have insurance in the background. If a tenant doesn't pay, landlords and letting agents who have a professional guarantor in place will get the rent. They won't have to chase that hard for it. And with most of the rent guarantor professional services, you'll find that the company who are providing that service will also serve any section notices, do any mediation, take away the pain of the legal costs that are involved in taking a tenant from the property for non-payment of rent, whereas obviously mum and dad wouldn't do that.